After putting down Velstadt, you can finally talk to the king. Except the king is not really in a good shape right now, so what you can do is steal his ring instead. Sounds great, right? Yeah, well, thanks to the ring, you can access the end of the game, or you can go to Aldia's Keep, because why not? Now, Aldia's Keep is a really strange place. First, it's also located in the Shaded Wood branching path, so if you have no idea where it is from the start, you might never find this area, which is sad. First, there is that. Then, for the place in its entirety, it's strange because it's basically an amalgamation of weird mechanics. Seeing so many strange mechanics amalgamated in such a small area, it sure creates a strange feeling when you go through there. To sum up Aldia's Keep, it's a big hall followed by a long corridor and a lot of various rooms left and right filled with secrets, traps, and one-time mechanics. Let's start with the hall. When you arrive, you can notice those carriages that keep moving. Now, you don't know what's inside, you don't know how to interact with them, and at first I thought that you couldn't do anything. In truth, you can lure a troll from up in the hole. It's trapped, it's petrified, so you have to free him first, and then you can bring him down and it can destroy the carriages, both of them. In one of them there's nothing, in the other there's a basilisk. Cool, I guess. And then there is the giant dragon skeleton in the hold, which is the second thing you see outside of the moving carriage. Did you know that this dragon could move and attack you? No, you didn't know? Well, I didn't know too. Then the royal wizard. You can free him and he'll annoy the hell out of you in all the upcoming levels by invading you repeatedly again and again. He isn't that bad to kill, it's just that it's annoying to see him invade you every freaking time. Then the mirrors. I don't know why those are here, but for some reason Aldia got a bunch of guys trapped inside of mirrors. You already met those guys before. During the Mirror Knight fight, the Mirror Knight can summon one of those NPCs, which makes me think, did the Mirror Knight steal one of Aldia's mirrors? Or were the mirrors gifts from Vendry to Aldia? I don't really know, but there must be some lore involved here, you know? Speaking of that, I would have expected the Mirror Knight fight and the room in Aldia's Keep to be in the same area, you know, it would make sense. First you go through the area where you find those mirrors, and then you fight a boss that reuses the mechanic. I guess I like that they split both in a sense, because it helps cement the world's story and lore, in the sense that one mechanic isn't just in one specific place and there's no explanation about it. Now that you find this mirror room in Aldia's Keep, you can try to guess, well, Vendring could have gifted those mirrors, maybe Aldia made them, because you know Aldia is a crazy researcher, scientist, stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool that they split the Mirror Knight and the mirror room. Outside of that, on top of the staircase, you can fight a giant basilisk and free a troll from petrification, if you feel like it. Just make sure to not stay too close to him, because he is not going to be very thankful. Even though you literally freed him from petrification, he's gonna attack you, of course. After that, you may access the next part of the area. And I want to say something first. Right there in the first part of Aldia's Keep, which is just a hole, you literally have like 5 different mechanics, which is insane. So I think what they try to do here is like, they had a bunch of ideas written down on some papers, and they thought, we're gonna throw all those ideas in the same place because we have no idea where to put them otherwise. And I think it works great because it just conveys very well the idea that Aldia was a mad scientist of sorts. So I think it's really great. Okay, after the staircase, you have a corridor where enemies are trapped inside of cages. You can free some of them by attacking them, and then they're gonna break out of the cages. And the creatures hanging above your head, it adds to the feeling of stumbling upon some forbidden experiments. There are also some enemies hiding behind paintings. There's even a bonfire hidden behind a wall. Some walls can be broken with the help of trolls. Overall, this level is pretty fun and it combines so many different mechanics. I think it's great, honestly. I think it's a super great area. I like it a lot. It has some challenge as well, since the enemies you fight here are pretty strong. It was very enjoyable and I don't mind it being so short. If an area is short but it's impactful all the way through, with challenges and traps and secrets, it's good. Now, let's talk about the boss of the area, the Guardian Dragon. This boss is a copy of the dragon you can fight in Heights Towers of Flame in the literal beginning of the game. However, it has a few new moves, as well as a new environment. Here the arena is pretty big compared to Heights Towers of Flame, where you fight that dragon the first time. The platform is pretty small. It's big so you can move around and dodge the attacks, most notably the fire spit. This fight is not completely bad, thanks to the new moves the dragon has, but it's still not a great dragon fight. Having to retreat to the edge of the cage every time the boss starts to spit fire is annoying, and the rest of his moves are okay at best. This is not the worst boss fight, but I was expecting a bit more, honestly, especially after such a crazy area. In a remake, I wouldn't touch the area at all. I think it's just really good as it is, maybe adding 1 or 2 new crazy mechanics just to make the place even more fun and fresh. Apart from that, the only thing that needs to change is the boss at the end. A dragon in a cage is not surprising when you look at the other things Aldia put in cages. I think making the dragon's attacks a bit more engaging would be good. For that, no need to be hyper creative. Just steal 1 or 2 attacks from the amazing dragon fights they made in Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring and Night Train. I'm speaking about bosses like Midir, Bale, Placidus Sax, Adele, Caligo. Those bosses are great, they have great movesets. Just pick 1 or 2 attacks here and there and add them onto the boss and you're good to go. What you could also do is change the boss completely and make something crazy, like a super failed experiment, you know? The idea with the boss is that it's supposed to keep us from accessing the elevator to Dragon's Eyrie, but it doesn't need to be a dragon for that, it can be anything. And I think adding a failed experiment here would cement the fact that Aldia was a mad scientist even more, and I think it's great for world building, and you can add really original moves to it. Look at the Demon of Song. The design is really original, and since it looks like a frog, it means you can add attacks and mechanics linked to a frog. Some jumping, for example. So here, if you had a crazy failed experiment, you can give the boss some physical abilities that you wouldn't see in a normal boss. Example, if you give the boss wings, can fly around. You can give him a frog tongue, like in, you know, that Black Knight in Elden Ring's DLC, and it can start using its tongue to attack you. You can give it a third arm, and then it will start attacking you with weird moves and combos. That would be good. Overall, as crazy as it might sound, I give this area a 9 out of 10. Not perfect, but it's really good. I like it a lot. And in a remake, I hope they change the boss. And then it might actually become a 10 out of 10. Maybe not. It's still Dark Souls 2. Anyway, I'll leave you here now. Thank you for watching. Bye.